launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods, Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I know that yesterday was International Chest Day, but we're not circling back to any of the Olympia stuff until tomorrow. And we've been sitting on this Centopani video for about 2 weeks now. So this feels like as good a time as any to jump into a random update from one of the most low-key guys in the industry. When you see a video of Evan ripping reps with 315 like this, it does make you wonder how much he still has left in his tank. If you look at the scope of his career, his body pretty much doesn't have as much mileage as some of the other guys he came up with. So if he was feeling frisky, he could probably put together a nice 16-week run under the right circumstances. Plus, Evan's only 40, which is still relatively young for bodybuilding, because he technically wouldn't even qualify to compete in any of the Masters divisions yet. So maybe possibly, if he gets enough pressure from you guys out there, there's an outside chance that we see him jump back into action at some point next season. Now, one person we don't have to speculate about jumping back into action next year is Brett Wilkin, because he's already looking like he's chomping at the bit to get back out there. Even though it's only been a few weeks since he locked up his bid for the 2023 Olympia following his big win at the IFBB Big Man Weekend, he doesn't look like he's taken his foot off the gas at all. If anything, it's almost like he kicked it up another notch or two since then. At this point, I'm not sure if he has any plans in place for next season yet, but it would be interesting to see if he decides to make another run at the Arnold in March, especially since I think there's probably a little bit of unfinished business left for him there. He showed this year that his ability to make in-season improvements are as good as anyone's in the open. So if he does decide to make another run at the Arnold, he would still have plenty of time to make whatever adjustments he needed to make it to be operating at 100% when he makes his Olympia debut. I know the dust still hasn't fully settled on what happened in the men's physique last weekend at the Olympia, but if we're going to commit the cardinal sin of looking ahead to next year already, then we might as well address the elephant in the room, who just so happens to have 4 Olympia titles sitting at home in his trophy case. Even though we haven't heard Jeremy Buendia himself go on the record to say that he was planning to make a comeback in the foreseeable 2023 season, if you're a fan of the division, you should probably try not to get yourself too overly excited, because he's had a handful of setbacks over the last 2 years that have prevented him from getting back on stage. Given the current state of the men's physique division and how things have shifted over the years since he's been gone, I think it's a safe assumption to say that he has to change up his approach to fit with what's going on now if he's going to realistically compete for a title again. But if that is his mindset heading into next season, then it's at least worth keeping an eye on what happens with him over the next 12 months, because he might still have enough juice left in the tank to make one more push to win his 5th. And just in case you haven't had enough Heath in your life lately, we've got another update coming your way from the future bodybuilding Hall of Famer, who linked up with current NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe. And from what it looked like, it seemed to be an epic training session between these two legends. Listen, if there was ever a testament to genetics being the ultimate dictator of an athlete's ceiling, seeing these two in this kind of shape post-retirement would be it. It goes without saying that Heath looks like he could step on a stage right now and be competitive at a high level. And to be completely honest, Shannon could probably place in Masters men's physique too. Now, that's not to say that these two haven't been working their butts off for decades, because they have. But it's obvious to anyone who's ever seen these guys do what they do that some people are just flat out built different. As far as athletes are concerned, there are levels to this game. And there are a handful of people in this world who operate at a level that most of us will never be able to comprehend. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.